All right, and we are live once again. Hold up, it's not showing on my side. All right. Ooh. All right, let's wait until more people show. Is anybody here? Is anybody here? This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I call upon you. Hold up, I'm checking to see if my microphone's working properly. It's wrong one, motherfucker. Hello, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, got one person waiting. It's probably me. We'll go tweet it out, and we shall begin. Where the fuck up, Twitter? Trash. Right. Good enough. Ooh. Oh shit, that's sweet. I'm just looking at something on. Dang. Alright, I was looking at something on Twitter. Alright. Anyone in the chat? Let's see. No one here. Or not that I can see. Alright. Let's close that bitch. Alright. Well, got the new view, Prime, because we're gonna be painting. Alright, let's go. Alright. I'm just gonna start with a smaller brush. This one. Alright. Start with the red. Start the red on Prime, and then we'll move on to the blues. So, hope we can see that. Yeah. All right. No one here yet. Oh. Oh, someone's here. Reveal yourself. Arnold Schwarzenegger demands you. Let's get top here. Just laying in some base colors and then very lightly. That's how I do things. Someone left. That's okay. All is well. Shit. Okay. I think we'll go 3 hours. 2 or 3 hours, probably. No more than 4. Someone's here. Hello, someone here. How are you today? Wherever you are. Oh, another person. Yay. I have fans. Mara, Dino, how are you today? We are painting the enemy. Just getting some reds in there. That's what we do. Happy day, dinosaur. Kind of disappointed earlier. Just trying to find a sound wave piece. I did. I was gonna do that, but I couldn't find it. So we are painting prime instead. That was sound wave. Looks really good. So I'll have to find that some other day. I think it's somewhere. It's probably buried underneath some shit. So, all right. All right. Let's go with the arms. How have you been today, Mara? How have you been? Do you agree with my fan theory? Starscream is Megatron's power top. I guess no. I don't know. Megatron's top dog all the time. Starscream's just a reminder for him to watch his back. That's why he keeps him around. At least in IDW. IDW kind of made it where Megatron basically saw. Well, in All Hail Megatron, he kind of saw Starscream as he had potential to be a leader one day. Like and he actually sees like Starscream's like treachery as a good thing. Hey, Bikini, how you doing, man? But yeah, Starscream in the IDW universe, like he's kind of Megatron actually kind of sees like there's actually potential for him to take over because he actually sees that his treachery is actually a good thing. Because he thinks that makes him a model Decepticon, you know. But later on in the IDW verse, he actually kind of explains that the reason why I keep you around, Starscream, is because the thought of you basically taking over is what keeps me alert, essentially. So basically, like in like a dream scenario where Megatron took over everything and stuff like that, it's always good to him. It's a reminder to always watch your back, essentially, even when at the height of your power and stuff like that. So that's why in IDW he keeps him around, but other versions like will depict it differently. Some versions he just keeps him around for kicks. Like he actually like finds it funny seeing Starscream fail all the time, so he just keeps him around because of that. That was in G1 and Transformers Prime, where that fell in. But then there's some versions where Megatron just straight out like murders him, like if he portrays him like in Transformers Animated, where Starscream, because basically in that show Megatron had his body damaged in the very first episode because Starscream had an intervention and whatnot. But once Megatron got his body back and stuff, he immediately killed Starscream. It was a really funny scene, actually. Really cool. So that was like one of my favorite versions of Megatron. He's just so fucking cool in that show. I'm very happy I bought the G1's first season for $5 a few weeks ago. And that's not awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. Love that old cartoon. Even though it's really silly, it's really fun to watch. Love it. Love these cartoons. All right. So, yeah. So yeah, there's basically versions where Megatron just straight up murders Starscream. Like, yeah, Transformers Animated, like a really good Megatron. Like that was like a solid Megatron. Like that was where that Megatron you didn't fuck around basically. Like, and his relationship with Optimus in that cartoon was really awesome. The way they handled it, like where basically throughout the entire show, like Megatron never once like calls him by Optimus Prime because in this version in Transformers Animated, Prime was a much younger Autobot. And he wasn't as experienced. He didn't really have a relationship with Megatron prior to the series when you see the series when it picks up, and it's a really interesting take on it because it's like he doesn't, because basically But basically, he doesn't really see Prime as a threat or anything throughout the entire show because Megatron's like much bigger and much more powerful. And so, like throughout the entire show, he never like calls him by Optimus. He always refers to him as like an Autobot, like or pathetic Autobot or whatever. It's really cool the way they did that. And it's like only at the very end where Megatron finally acknowledges him as a an actual threat when it's the in the final battle of the season. That's when he finally like acknowledges him as Optimus Prime. Those are really freaking cool moments. So, so yeah, I like that. I like that take on Megatron. Also, really loved Frank Welker when he came back in Transformers Prime. Great show, really great show. It was so awesome because it's like the first time since well, I guess they were. It was basically like the first time since G1 where Frank and Peter were in a show together. Although they were in the movie tie-in games for the Michael Bay films, but Transformers Prime was the first time we really got to see them like interact and play off each other since G1. So that was cool. And Megatron was really just badass in that cartoon. So. Frank Welker is better than Hugo Weaving. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Frank Welker is like the best Megatron voice, best one. The new guy's good in the Netflix series. Corey Burton played him in the animated cartoon, and then David Kay played him in Beast Wars, and I think in the anime stuff, the Armada trilogy and stuff like that, which I was not a fan of. Couldn't get past season one of Armada. Like, who are all these characters? They don't look like the Transformers from the cartoon. They had all like major like redesigns aside from like Prime and Starscream, but I was gonna get into that one. I always prefer more of the G1 aesthetic for Transformers. But Hugo Weaving was fine as Megatron in those movies, but he didn't really get much to do. Yeah, Armada, and I don't think anyone saw Armada. It was not very good. The only redeemable qualities of Armada was like Starscream, because that's what he did. Something really interesting with Starscream. They gave him they kind of made Starscream kind of have a moral, like a sense of morality almost. Like his, I'm trying to remember because I haven't seen the cartoon in so long. Like I just watched it once and that was it. But like there's the part where he actually joins the Autobots and forms a bond with one of the human characters. So it was interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Here. Can't smudge the paint. So. But yeah, Starscream had an interesting arc, and he actually ended up like I think he like, ended up sacrificing himself at the end. It was really interesting. That was the only thing I could really say was redeemable about that cartoon. Mostly because I don't remember half of it, which probably isn't a good thing. Oh my fucking god! All right, that's gonna have to be tied it up. Uh, Luckily, I'm gonna be using red anyways for the background, so it doesn't matter that much if I mess up a little. Yeah, G1's always where it's at. Like thing with Frank Welker's Megatron is that he can like play it different ways, you know, because we saw that like I saw that we saw that in the Devastation game where he was able to go back to his original G1 voice like it's nothing, like so he can do like the movie voice as we saw in the last night, and then we had the the Transformers Prime, like there's different like there's like Frank and Peter kind of do different like voices for different shows and different tones and whatnot. But Frank like just has so much range as an actor, voice actor. He just knows how to make Megatron just so badass sounding. Just you can also make him sound very like just scheming and very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like very smug. He's like very smug too some episodes of Transformers Prime. Like there's like just great stuff. Great actor. Also really love the Fall of Cybertron games. Yeah, those games are just awesome. Kind of want to stream those one day, but my computer probably won't be able to handle streaming on Twitch or whatever. Just 'cause it's not exactly equipped for that kind of power. We'll see. Maybe I'll get maybe I'll get something out. I'll figure it out. Megatron always does. All right. All right, we'll have to tell you that a bit later. Let's go right here. Four people watching. Nice. You. All right, I got basic. You need the matrix of streaming to stream those games. Yeah, exactly. Matrix of streaming. Yeah. AKA a gaming PC. Or I might just get a gaming laptop if that's cheap. I work cheap, so I'll find a way. I know how to work the Elgato and everything. I have an Elgato, so I kind of know how it works, but I haven't set it up in years. So just because I haven't had. But the only thing I'm worried about is if my Xbox is because I saw a Red Ring of Death the last time I used it, so I'm not too sure if it's gonna be able to hold up. Just sad because it's like one of my, oh my fucking god, earliest gaming consoles. Because never really played games that much when I was a kid. I was always outside, so. Like I literally only got the Xbox 360 just to play Fall of Cybertron. I wanted to play as Grimlock and Dinobots and all of them. The game is just so cool. Like that part where you get to play as Grimlock is just awesome. Just all sorts of awesome. Yeah. All right, let's just leave the red. Got base color blue going. We'll start with the head. Let's start with legs. Or start with head. Already kind of started earlier with the fins here with the pencil lead, just so I could get that out of the way before streaming. That sort of cultural appropriation with Grandma because he's fun, very fun. Yeah, that game was just so cool. I love the backstory for the Dinobots in that as well. Love the idea of it being Shockwave, who basically kidnaps the Dinobots. Who on Cybertron they were just like your regular Autobots. You know, they weren't like Dinobots just yet, but basically they were just like your average Cybertronians. There was like this big this team of warriors that were badass and stuff, and Shockwave was able to capture them, and using space bridge technology and stuff like that, he was able to learn about Earth and dinosaurs and stuff. Because you remember in the G1 cartoon, the Autobots don't wake up on Earth for like 500 million years or so. So when they arrive on Earth, the original cartoon, it's like during like the dinosaur stuff, Jurassic Age and stuff like that. Dino Age. It's called Dino Age. But yeah, so basically Shockwave captures Dinobots and basically rebuilds them into Dinobots because he's inspired by the dinosaurs on Earth and stuff. So that's cool. It was a really cool backstory for them. And I'll have to touch you up. That area. All right, let's get a different. Just laying some base coats right now. Then we're gonna darken them up a bit. Let's use this one. Never seen Beast Wars. Yeah, me neither, actually. I've never seen Beast Wars myself, actually. Couldn't really get into it. I tried watching a couple episodes, but I don't know. It just wasn't for me. A little bit before my time. But I did want to check it out because the next season of the Netflix series is going to be involving a lot of Beast Wars characters. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, it's going to be so cool, actually. Oh, fuck off. Hold on. Easy fix. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool. We're gonna see. We're probably gonna see like Beast Wars Megatron meet like G1 Megatron and G1 Prime meeting Beast Wars Prime. That's gonna be really cool to see. Although it's technically it's not the same characters because in Beast Wars, Optimus and the Optimus Primal and Megatron are not like they're from a different time period. It's not the actual Megatron Optimus. They just took the names. Or can't really remember how it went. But if Lethal was here, he would be able to further explain because he's a bit more into Beast Wars than I am. I'm a G1er. G1er. Yeah. All right. Prime going. All right. Loved watching Beast Wars when I was younger. Yeah, yeah. A lot of There's a lot of like fans who started with Beast Wars. It's really cool. They're supposed to be making a Beast Wars live action movie, but not too sure what the status of that is yet because it's kind of under wraps. But I mean, there's been talks for a Beast Wars movie for a little while actually. I think during I think I touched on this last stream, but if I didn't, I'll just mention it again. But basically, there's a big writers' room that was going on like I think it was in between the fourth movie and the fifth movie. Like I think it was after the fourth movie was released. I can't remember, but there's like basically this big like writers' room at Paramount where they're going to basically create like a big like cinematic universe or something for Transformers. Like they're gonna branch off and do like they're basically the Marvel thing where they're gonna make all these like spin-off films or whatever because that's where we got Bumblebee, and that was a good movie. I love Bumblebee, and which but it all changed I think when Michael Bay decided to come in and do Transformers 5, and then Bumblebee had to become was a well Bumblebee was originally supposed to be a prequel to the first Transformers live action movie. And so but when Transformers 5 failed at the box office and Paramount lost a lot of money to it, they had to reshape the movie in order to make it not canon with the Michael Bay films. They wanted to separate themselves, and which is a good thing, honestly, because it's like the Michael Bay films are just a fucking mess. Like, Dinobot's your favorite? Yeah. He was actually in the last episode of Netflix series. So the first Transformers series was the Transformers animated. Yeah, that was a good one. I love Transformers animated. Very interesting take. Like it was a very, like it's basically G1, but they kind of like reimagined G1, if that makes sense. There's a lot of great storylines in that, even though it's very kid friendly. It's a very kid friendly show, but it like has lots of like really dark themes as well. Like it knew how to balance, making it for both kids and adults. Great show. Especially loved like the Omega Supreme and Ratchet story. That was a really good storyline. Shockwave was cool too in that show. It was really fucking cool. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bumblebee. Yeah, Dinobot had like a small cameo at the end of the Netflix series. There's a bunch of really cool stuff in the new season. I mean, I have some issues with the show itself. Like, I have an issue with like the voice acting is kind of off, and Optimus is a little bit out of character in some areas, but Megatron's handled pretty well. Like, especially if you know the IDW, Dreamwave, or Marvel Comics version of Megatron. This is more IDW, but just because they mention his past as being a minor and stuff like that, because I can't remember if it was because the idea for him to be a gladiator came from Marvel Comics, but I'm not too sure if the minor Energon minor bit was ever in the either. I'm too sure if it originally came from IDW or if it came from Dreamwave or Marvel Comics. So can't remember. Or I can't remember. I've been wanting to track down and find all those Dreamwave comics and Marvel comics, but a lot of the scene is like really crazy, but also really fun. So, like, there was like comics where like the Avengers would team up with the Autobots, and there's like a part where like Megatron's like fighting Spider-Man. I was like, that's awesome. This is awesome. And Megatron was actually able to break symbiote Spider-Man's webbing when he was trying to wrap him up and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Because Megatron don't play no games. Yeah, that was really cool in the episode where you got to meet Galvatron. Like that was really cool. Where we saw Galvatron and Megatron meet like for the first time, like face to face and stuff. It's in animation. They've met in like comics because some depictions, like some versions, like depict him as being either a like basically the way Galvatron works is that he's either Megatron reincarnated by Shock or Unicron, or he's a time traveler. But in IDW, they made him like completely separate from Megatron. Like he didn't have any like connection to him or Unicron. I don't think he might have had a connection to Unicron. I just don't remember. But like he was like his own separate character from Megatron. But in the Netflix series, he's most likely going to be Megatron. from the future because he's trying to escape the clutches of Unicron. Megatron doesn't take orders from anybody, basically. Not even a god level threat like Unicron. Unicron's like basically a god. Like, and that was the coolest thing in the '86 movie was when Megatron like just basically told Unicron to fuck off. In the when he's like, "You're gonna do what I say, Megatron." And this is like, "Fuck you, bitch. Do what I want." So that was really cool. That's really where Megatron started to really change. I feel as a character. Because in the cartoon he's kind of a flimsy villain. Not gonna lie, I love him. I love classic Megatron from the cartoon, but he's a little flimsy. And he has a couple. He's had some really cheesy plans, but I love him. I love the cheese. Love the classic Megatron. But from that movie is like that was like in the movie is when like Megatron was actually depicted as being like very scary and stuff. Like you have him like straight up like gunning down Autobots like left and right. Like this is awesome. So awesome but sad at the same time because all my favorite Autobots got killed. Ironhide, Ratchet, Prime, all of them. Hey McKinney, thanks man. Thanks for stopping by. I know you got your stream coming up later, which I will keep my promise and I will stream snipe you or whatever it's called, whatever the young kids call it these days. Raid. I'll raid your stream. Not talk. Yeah, I love genre cheese. Yeah. Yeah. I really hope Lethal comes in here because I have some things I'd like to show him. I have some ideas for his little full Aussie project. But the playing card project. Just a base color for the blue. But, all right. Ooh. That's fine. He's a robot. He's supposed to have. All right. Ooh. Not much. All right. Get the hand going. All right. Let's get the other hand. Ooh. There we go. Should probably use the small one. Let's get these fingers going. Ooh. All right. All fingers. Ooh, it's a little much here. Just bring that down. All right, get the hand going. think we'll touch up the red first, and then. Yeah, let's touch up this leg first. Get more blue on there. All right. All right, let's move this over here. Move my reference so I can still see the chat. Okay. You can't see. Ooh, too much. All right. Guess we can start the windows. She's color. Motherfucker. Another brush for it. What's gonna work best? Yeah. Just gonna go very basic here. Just gonna go classic blue doors or windows. Some people are done with black ones. I prefer the blue. Black window, blue windows. All right. Should be enough for now. Let's get some of the details. The yellow details. Here. All right. So, what was I saying earlier? Okay. So I guess I could talk about what's coming up next for the Transformers movies. But, I mean, not much is known, but like not much has been really confirmed aside from one movie which is supposed to come out I think next year. Yeah, I think 2021 or 22. There's supposed to be a sequel to Bumblebee coming out, so which I'm looking forward to. Loved the first Bumblebee movie, so kind of glad because there's like talks about it being a. Oh, hey Kip, how you doing, man? Yeah, there's talks about Bumblebee being made into or Bumblebee 2 being made into like a buddy cop movie with Prime and Prime. Like it was gonna be just like a kid, like. But but I think they changed that to making it a full-on Transformers movie, which is the right move. Like we don't really need another Bumblebee movie, like because like it doesn't make sense because like the Autobots show up on Earth at the very end and whatnot. It makes more sense just to continue the story with the Transformers. Like, so you don't really need to center it all on Bumblebee. But yeah, Megatron pinning Optimus. How meta. Hi, Mama Bear. How are you? Yeah, it is very meta. I paint the enemies I kill or I defeat in battle, I guess. All right. How are you today, Mom Bear? How are you today? Thanks for stopping by. I gotta fix up your grill, Prime. Uh, let's see. We'll work on it later. Do that later. Focus on the reds. Let's fix up the reds. It should have like an orange tint to it, maybe. Try this. Yeah, that might work. That might work actually. So back to what I was saying, Bumblebee. So basically, I think they have a director now. I can't remember his name, but he is the guy I think who directed the Creed 2. Actually, I think he directed Creed 2. He's going to be working on the Transformers movie. So I haven't seen Creed 2, so I can't really comment. But from my understanding, it's a pretty decent film, pretty good film. So that gives me hope. He'll be honors the franchise. Doesn't do anything dumb. I just hope we get to see an actual like G1 Megatron design. That's just gonna be perfect because the Megatron designs in the movies were just awful. I just couldn't. He just looked like a bug. Like his face just had a bug face. It wasn't as pristine and glorious as it usually is. But hello, my dino. But we can actually kind of there's actually speculation going on who the other two like. There's actually speculation who the Autobots are going to be that are going to be landing on Earth because at the end of the Bumblebee movie there was a scene in the end credits where Optimus and Bumblebee like look up and there's like a couple. There's like I think there's 7 Autobot meteors heading to Earth. So that means there's going to be 7 new Autobots joining the team now. And so basically, judging based on what Autobots we had in the movie, because there's a scene at the very beginning where you see a bunch of Autobots, and it's implied that they're rendezvousing at Earth and stuff like that, and so people have just been speculating on which Autobots are going to be in it, and we can already rule out 5 of them, or we can actually already kind of confirm 5 of them if they stick to it. So which would be Ironhide, Ratchet, Wheeljack, RC, and Brawn, because they were seen at the battle, and it won't be Cliffjumper because poor old Cliffjumper got wasted at the beginning of the movie of Bumblebee, which Cliffjumper's becoming the fucking red shirt of Transformers now. Like he gets killed at the very beginning of freaking Transformers Prime. Then he gets killed at the very beginning of this movie. It's like, give him a break. Give our boy a break. Oh well. Cliffjumper Jumper was a cool character in the old cartoon as well. I always liked Clip Jumper. But yeah, so like we already have like of the 7 like Autobots that could be on Earth, like there's only 2 that we don't know for sure. So not too sure which ones are gonna be because we didn't see anyone else. So. I'm gonna guess Jazz might be one of them. Jazz might be one of them. Prowl. Sideswipe would be cool. I like to see Ultra Magnus as well. I really want to see Ultra Magnus in a movie. One of my favorites. So. All right. Mirage and Hound could probably be in there. Who else? Maybe Trailbreaker? Maybe. He wasn't really that popular, so I'm not too sure, but anything's possible, honestly. Ew. Wrong one. Nice. Good frequency. Let's see, who else would be? Maybe Hot Rod. I'd like to see Hot Rod too. The real Hot Rod. In the movie, they made him not Hot Rod. In the 5th movie, they introduced Hot Rod, and he's nothing like Hot Rod in the cartoon. At all. Zero resemblance. It's like, what the... See, when I heard they were bringing in Hot Rod, I immediately assumed that, oh shit, Prime's gonna die for real this time. Like, for real, Prime's gonna die, and then... Ooh, Skyfire, yes. Jetfire would be really cool to see. Skyfire, yeah. But yeah, like when I heard that they were going to do Hot Rod in the 5th movie, I was like, wait, so Prime's going to die for real this time? He's not going to just like get killed like a dumbass in the 2nd movie. But now if you're a G1 fan, your immediate thought is going to be like, oh, we're going to get Rodimus Prime now. It's like, nah, we didn't get that at all. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, has he ever watched the cartoon? It's like, whatever. Granted, the rest of the movies are like that. It's like, so many wasted characters and wasted potential. But Jetfire would be really cool. He had a really cool arc in the Netflix series. I like this banter with Starscream in that as well. All right, let's get started on the background. Just get a little base color going in. Should we start with we'll start with like a light yellow. Yes, Skyfire was a really cool character in the cartoon as well, the original cartoon. He had a really interesting arc. Starting with a bright yellow, just to kind of bring out, because I want a nice, bright, and colorful palette. Because it's Optimus Prime. You gotta have optimistic colors, I guess. Primary colors. It's supposed to be a beacon of hope, so we gotta make sure we bring that out of him. So, gotta make it as bright as possible. Yeah, Deathfire was one of my favorite characters in the cartoon as well. Yeah. Let's see. He had a really interesting story with him and Starscream where they were basically friends once, but Starscream ends up like they used to be friends, but then later on, like because Jetfire lands on Earth, like basically Starscream and Jetfire have been to Earth like well before the Autobots war started and whatnot. The Autobot War for Cybertron started, and they were basically like scientists, buddies, and stuff like that. And then when they like Jetfire, they basically crashed on Earth and stuff, or Jetfire did, and then but Starscream couldn't find him and whatnot. And then years later on Earth, in the present day of the cartoon, basically they find him in the Arctic and he's frozen and stuff. And then Jetfire wakes up to realize that his old friend had changed and has become evil and shit. Evil Decepticon, or a heroic Decepticon. Gonna get my stream set up and the cartoon stream. All right, so thanks, making it 90. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see you, Mara. It's all good. I feel you through the force. I feel the force. Oh, I'm not saying. But yeah, I'll make sure to rate your stream, Meaning 90. I keep my promises as much as one can in this. All right. Fuck. Oh, I should have used a fucking different pen for the border. Oh well. That's a mountain. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Oh, you cannot see. All right. So what was I talking about? I don't remember. But what else would I? Yeah, like basically Starscream. Let's see. What was I? Yeah, basically like Starscream. Like what was I talking about? I was talking about Jetfire or something else. Whatever. I'll go back to talk about Jetfire because I feel like it. So basically, Starscream, Jetfire wakes up and realizes that Starscream had changed and become a Decepticon, and they're all realizes that and he has like a really interesting arc where he becomes a robot and stuff, like where he realizes that, you know, where first he's a loyal Decepticon, but then he realizes that Megatron was not honorable or anything like that. So, and he ends up like sacrificing himself at the end of the episode, but he comes back later on alive and well. So, Jetfire's a cool character. Always liked him. Get the ground going. Zoom out. I think I'm gonna touch on the blue a bit. Just want to get the base colors going. And yeah. So I'm trying to think. Should I use the light blue? Or put the background. Well, I think we'll start with a light, like yellow for the background, just to get that. Just get a nice bright tint to it, I guess. Ooh. Or no, that's not gonna work out because it's gonna look green. You don't want a green sky. All right. Well, we'll just start with a light red, and then we'll move into a. Oh, I should probably use a bigger brush. That should be fine. It's gonna have a very light red to it. Switch to a big brush. All right. Can't see. That works. This way. You can just use the little bits of red on everywhere. Don't want to dilute the blue or anything. Like that. Make sure the blue is nice and purdy. All right. Okay. Oop. What are you watching? Yay. This back a little bit. There we go. All right, start adding some blue and then add some blue. Hopefully this works out. Background of the sky are not my strong suit. But we will proceed. Without fear. That would be good. Let's try that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll have to wipe that out or something. Back. Here's I'll start over here. Let's start over here. This blue sucks. It's not showing up very well. Yeah. All right. Seems to be working decently. So far, at least. All right. Happy skies. Happy skies. Ooh. Not so happy skies. Let's go here. It's not blending too much just yet. Thanks. The edges are a little wonky looking though. Fix that later. If I can. All right. All right. Let's see what to talk about. See, I really need to just get a list of things to talk about for these streams. Oh, I don't forget. Next time. Can't wait till next week, actually, because I'm gonna get my StreamYards upgraded. I'm gonna get all. I have a bunch of like really funny clips ready, so it's gonna be fun. Fun times. Let's go here. Let's go here. All right, let's get the underarm. Because, all right. All right. We're starting to get somewhere. Let's get the blue going. Want to make sure the backgrounds turns out pretty well, so that the rest of it doesn't look shit. Oof, dark blue. No. Ooh. I think McKinney's going to be starting in 15 minutes, so got to raid him in a minute. Oh. All right. Let's try this. Yeah, better. All right. Let's get the wrong color. Might have had too much. Oh, salvage it. All right. So it doesn't seem it's going to be as bright as I thought it was going to be. Probably shouldn't have the red, but live and learn. Oh. All right. What to talk about? Let's talk about. I'm bored. I'm tired. Almost got the right one. Wrong one. Ew, too much. Uh, all right, we're in business. Okay. All right. Let's start this way. All right. All right. Getting somewhere. Oh well, it's gonna cover it up anyways. Yeah, little mistake on Prime's little mouth plate. Let's see. All right. Stupid chat. No one's talking. It's okay. Silent but deadly. It's all good. All right. Right there. Should be enough for. Here's the red. All right. All right. Getting somewhere, at least. Whether that somewhere is good or not is up for debate. Still kind of new to watercolors, so bear with me. Might go back to markers. Just more my speed, but at least for certain things. Depends on what I'm drawing, I guess. Or painting. Top here, I want to tidy up a bit more. Might go in with some white and touch it up. Too much. Yeah, make it work. Probably should use the magenta or something. I think that would be better. But live and learn. Try new things. Learn what doesn't work and what does work. And make improvements as you go. gotta do. All right. All right. All right. All right. I think I'll tidy up some things here. And I'll go back to the robot. Or I think I'll go to the mountains next, actually. Tired. Didn't get any sleep last night. So cold in my room all the time. Just making sure you can see. Well, I've almost failed. Like if it if it fucks up again, if I fuck it up, I could always just go with a star background, just make everything black. All right. So I guess we talked about which Autobots were going to be in the movie, that what could be the ones, but we didn't talk about the Decepticons that could be appearing. Now, obviously, I think the main four will probably be there. You know, Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, Shockwave. Probably Skywarp and Thundercracker will be in there. Blitzwing's dead, so no Blitzwing, which I kind of didn't really like about the Bumblebee movie. They kind of wasted Blitzwing and Footjumper, but other than that, it's a great movie. Or not really great. I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing ever, but for a Transformers movie, live action Transformers movie, it's a good movie. It's a great movie. It's basically Shakespeare in comparison to what we had previously. Right. Let's blue up. Let's add more blue to this. Let's try a different shade. This pen's dying on me. Or brush, rather. Alright. There we go. Yeah. Probably gonna have to switch brushes. McKinney's live. Raid. Instant raid. Hold up. Oh, wait, it's an intro. Alright, I'll send it after it's intro. Streamception going on here. Art streamception. Let's turn it down. Yeah. All right, this is not why. All right. All right, we're kind of getting somewhere, but hopefully I can touch it up later. Let's work on the mountains. Take a break from that. I think I'm gonna go with should I go with magenta? Maybe. Yeah, I'll do a light magenta fade or dry brush. Yeah, that looks good. That'll look good. Just gonna make sure I don't overstep Brian's leg. All right, got ourselves a mountain going on. Obviously. Oop, I made a boo-boo. But boo-boos can be fixed most of the time. All right. All right. Someone else is watching now. Nice. Hope you can see still. Yeah. Okay. There's a hair. Get rid of that hair. So I'm gonna go away. Fun. All right. Look at this happy mountain. It's becoming very happy. All right. So stupid. All right. I probably should have started with an orange. Whatever. All works out. It'll I believe. Sky backgrounds are not my strongest suit. That's what I usually go for. That's why I always draw like space backgrounds and stuff. Like that's why I draw like Green Lantern all the time. Sometimes it's easier. Used to draw like Green Lantern all the time and Red Lantern and stuff like that. Love drawing Atrocitus. Probably the coolest characters in all of comics. All right, let's get the middle section. Let's move this up a bit. Let's move that over. Oop, want to smudge the paint. Don't want to boomer it. Or do we? Okay. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Those trees. All right. We're getting there. All right. Phew. Oops. Tidy that up. There we go. All right. Let's see. No, I think I'll just add like a nice orange to it. I think it'll look sharp. Trying to go with the original, like, because they used to, because I'm actually using like reference from Oregon, because that's where the Autobots were based in the original cartoon. So got my reference pulled up. At least I think it's from Oregon. I went to Google, I said Oregon, and I got this picture. That looked nice. So hopefully it's actually, that doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. All right. Shit. Yeah, it's all good. We got it. Shadows fix everything for the most part. Occasionally. smudge anymore. Ooh, so much. That's good. Hmm. After this, I'm gonna try and fix up the sky and then tidy up the robot. Get all the face details going for Prime. Gotta make it look as clean as possible. Look. Oh, my camera's being weird. I noticed that earlier. Oh, there. Now I can see his face. I think I'm gonna cut it short a little bit. Maybe stop it like. Eh. Oh, I can keep going. I can keep going. Just want to make sure I catch Bikini stream. So. Hey, Boset. How you doing, man? Or my lady? How are you today? Thanks for the stream snapping. I appreciate it. Hold on. I'm gonna check. Is he watching me? Nope. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was just you or McKinney was stream sniping. But how are you today? If you're still here, haven't left me. Oh, I messed up here. Oh, nothing I can fix. Better than a few days ago. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Trying to teach myself digital shading now. Yeah, I couldn't get into digital painting. Not get it. This wasn't my thing. Because it's kind of hard to get into a different. You use a different medium when you've already like trained yourself for one different medium. Try this one. Not really keen on the background I'm doing right now, but not really turning out the way I want it. Let's see. But I'll probably be able to fix it. I wanted it to be a bit brighter, but I also wanted to have like the red. Real big pain, but cheap overall. Yeah. Ooh. Start with my white. It's gonna brighten things up. Hold on. I need a towel. We'll start here. Bring it down. Here. There we go. Much better. Much better. There was hope after all. Doing this pick right now in digital, it's basically cryptic. Gotcha. Hoping to put that X-Men piece I did onto the computer soon. I'll probably have to go to like a different like scanning place because I don't have a big enough scanner for mine to transfer. Or I'm working on like a background for it, you know. Like I'm actually gonna be working on a background pretty soon for the X-Men piece because I didn't really plan to have an X-Men piece or background, or I kind of had an idea for it, but I didn't like just planning it out just didn't make really was like would have been a nightmare just for the background because it has to connect to every single piece. All right, see you, Mara. Hope you have a lovely day. Kill some Autobots on your way out if you can. Whoop some ass. Megatron demands it. Yeah, this new white paint is starting to really be my best friend. It's fixing a lot of problems for me. All right. Okay, let's go here. Let's just tidy up the corners. It's too dark. Brighten that up. It's probably gonna fuck up the border though. I'm trying so desperately to save. But that's what whiteout's for. That's the corner. So it's nice and brightened up. Not really the best when it comes to painting sky. I usually use markers, but I'm like more it's more recent that I started using watercolors, so more of an inker guy. So my sister's really good at digital art, though. She's a crazy with that drawing padaverse thing, whatever it's called, iPad. All right, just tidy it up. I'll just use like my whiteout to make some like little clouds and stuff. Yeah. Ooh, too much. Too much. Let's go here. Let's get this area going. Let's do this area. Let's brighten this up. That's really sweet. Can't wait to see. Yeah, it's gonna be a while for the X-Men piece, but thanks. Yeah, because I have to. I'm gonna draw that background separately, just because I'm not gonna. I am not like connect. It'll just be a nightmare to connect everything. Like, cause I want to do like a big cityscape type thing. So, I'm not too sure if I'll stream that, just because it might not. I don't think it'll be that interesting. Like, here, watch me draw a city and a spaceship, or it's like, oh, maybe some people would be interested, but I think I'm gonna do some others. Like, I have some other pieces I want to do for next week's stream. I've got Emma Frost I could do. Mystique I could do. I could do a. There's a hot girl I have that I've had for a little while actually. I've had some of these sketches for a little while. Just haven't gotten around to them because yeah, it makes total sense. That way, not just that, like it's gonna be a lot easier for me to edit and stuff. But so might do a poll on Twitter. Might just put a poll up on Twitter, see what people want. Would rather have. I think I'm running out of water. I think I need to get a different set of pens or brushes. This one dries up quickly, or let's use that one quickly. Need to touch up the mountains. Just a minute. I just want to get this sky going, making it at least half decent. When in doubt, just turn it into a fucking sky or night sky. Just make it all black. So it's my emergency exit. Oh, running all water. These things are. I'd most likely still watch if I'm not drawing. Oh well, yeah. No problem. All right. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't think you can see. Hoping to get a proper camera set up here. Saw a rig on like eBay. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll probably get off soon. Actually, probably in like at 2:30 or 2:40, because I want to catch his stream as well, because he has awesome stuff going on. Yes, thanks for stopping by. Anyways, have a good one. Have a good stream. All right, let's get this area going. It's like come, but it's okay. All right. This area is all weird. Weird. You're weird. Hmm. Might add some more blue to this area. All right. Right. Should be good enough. Okay. All right. Should fix that up actually. For now. All right. Let's see here. Just me and Prime. It's all good. All right. Background's kind of coming along pretty well. It's just the bottom area or the mountains that need work. So that's what we're gonna do. There. Let's use this. Because my water pen thing is running low. I'll just put them right there. Bring this down. There we go. Much better. Probably add some brown to it as well, and then add some green to our happy trees. Ooh, let's move this over. Probably just gonna go in with the pencil crayon. Just add some more little details. Ooh, that's gonna be another thing to add to the fix it up quiz or list. I'm sure it's love being an artist and having awkward conversations, saying dumb shit. Say it all the time. All right. So you can see that. Oh, let's bring this up. Yeah, shadow in the back there. Yeah. That's what black and browns are for. Do. Cover that. Cover up the evidence. Okay. So I think I'm going to do. Let's use brown. Ooh, need some water. Just going to do a nice brown wash, whatever. Dry brush. Okay. All right. All right, this happy mountain starting to look a little bit more presentable. Ah, spoke too soon. A little, yeah, fix that. Anything can be fixed, aside from Disney Star Wars. That's a lost cause. Okay, let's get the other side. Rolling. Ooh, too much. Too much brown. All right. Ooh. Probably do a marker stream next time. Yeah, switch it up. Switch her up. All right, let's move on to the trees. Let's get my smaller brush. Oop, wrong one. A small. That's what she said. Oops. 2:15. Yeah, we can go till 3. Like, wrap it. All right. Let's get down and dirty. Start with a light green. We'll work our way up to darkness. Probably should add something in the front here, but whatever. Oh well. I'll just add like a hill or some shit just to cover it. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Okay. Got that area done for now. Probably add a different color of green just to add variety. Variety can be a good thing. I'll zoom in for you. Get a good look at his crotch. Not his crotch, his legs. He's too big. He's a big boy. Big Papa Prime. Probably one of the best heroes in all fiction, honestly. Not gonna lie. Right next to me. Just me. No one's here. Must be a lazy day for peeps. That's okay. Still need a touch of Prime's face mask. That we will do in just a minute. I think we should go with like a light blue just to fix that up. Tidy up Prime. So it looks like it's got some blue Kool-Aid on its face. The Energon Kool-Aid. Hell yeah. All right. Probably shouldn't have done the stream while Lorena and Makini were doing theirs. But that's okay. I'm a lone wolf. Lone wolf in it today. Ooh. There we go. All right, we got some trees going. Switch color green. It's all dry. Okay. Excuse me. All right, let's get some dark green. Ew, how does that all work? Let's just add a light green here. We'll add darker later. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's fine. Probably should get more different kinds of green because need a 50 shades of green. Yeah, that's looking good. All right. All right. Looking good so far. All right. Other side as well. Oh, someone's here. Welcome back, Bosette. Did Makini bore you to death? Kidding. All right. Well, we got a little bit more done on the mountains since we left, and I got some trees going. So, and I fixed up the sky a bit more, made it a bit more smooth. Ooh, so much. All right. I think that should do it for my trees. I want to get the area where Prime's standing on colored up because I missed it. Well, no, just trying to spread the love. Aw. Well, your love is much appreciated here. Much appreciated. All right, when I start with went. Okay, went. I think I did this. Yeah. No, I went magenta first. Yeah. Shit. Okay. Let's use this ribbon for me. So, 2:25. So I'll probably start or ending the stream in about 40 minutes. So magenta. Let's just add a little bit to the bottom. Here, I'll zoom in so you can see. Oh, you can see my leg. A little bit of my leg. Cool. All right. Oh, looks awkward. All right. Now we add the other color. Oh, yeah. No, I should let it dry. Here, I'll go work on his face mask now. That needs to be done. Let's see. Dry brush it, I think, for the mask. The eyes, I haven't really decided how I'm going to do the eyes. Might just go with pencil crayon just so I can get in all the details. Ooh. Maybe I'll go with like a black. Just slightly going with black, yeah. Yeah, it's a little too much blue. Okay. Just added some highlights or shadows, whatever. Ah. All right. Well, of course I'll share with you. Well, of course I'll share it. I'll be sure to tag you when I'm done. All you have to do is ask. All right. Looking good. Kinda. Unless it ends up like being absolutely horrible in the end, then yeah, sure, I'll probably just keep it to myself. But maybe I'll just send it to you privately just so you can see my failures. Ew, that's a little much. That's too much. Mustard. Dab it out. Nothing whiteout can't solve. Let's add to the smokestacks. What the hell's that white doing there? Yellow. Don't like it. Damn it. Hopefully not horrible. No need for file 13 yet. It looks fine to me. The background's a little meh. Probably should have gone. I started off with red and then I went into blue, so should have stuck with blue. Just kept it like that, but can't stop it now. Just gotta press on. Just use white to kind of even it out. Whatever. Alright. Ooh, yeah, fix Prime's foot. His toes looking a little white. Just has to be blue. Hey Bruce. How you doing, man? Blessed by the children of the algorithm. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I'll have to fix up the yellow. The background shouldn't be blurry. Oh, gotcha. What the heck? Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. That's kind of one thing I learned is that you gotta make a very simple background if you're doing like a very like especially if you're like doing like a character piece, like keep it simple. There, there. Lighting was a little off there. Just need the grill. Prime. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. Let's get the grill. I have to fix it up later with whiteout and some blacks, but yeah, it should be fine. All right. Let's touch up. Should jump into blacks. Get that mouth plate going. Don't want too much back. Oh, I don't think you can see very well. Let's zoom in. Yeah, not always liking the way the mask looks. Might have to white that out. Use gray. Yeah. Here, try something. Yeah, help it a little bit. All right. It's looking pretty decent. Look at the eyes area. Some light gray kind of effect. Probably gonna go with that white. Just brighten this up a bit. And should be good to go. Maybe that should be fine. It's all right. Let's get smoke that stag going. Don't know if you or me lagging. Usually when happens when app crashes. Oh, might be me. Not too sure. Might be a bit slow. Might be a little slow. We usually have shitty internet, so that could be it. I don't know how to fix it because I'm a boomer. But I don't know. Hold on, let me just check StreamYard. Okay. All right, let's keep going. What to do with the eyes? You get the crest thing in there. Whatever it's called. Yeah, I think I'm using my pencil crayons for the eyes and stuff. Or the head. All right. Yeah, this one. Yeah. All right. I have to go on my gel pen. Fix that up a bit. Yeah. All right. Do it in post. I'll do it right now. Yep, very classic. This looks really comparable to the Marvel work back in 1985. Thanks, man. It's really nice of you to say. I'm still kind of an amateur. Haven't really. It's more recently where I've started to really crack down on my art skill. Like a couple of years ago, kind of went away for a while when I was in school and stuff like that. But I'm back to it. All right, that's good. So there. Ooh. Just tidy up the eyes. Yeah, this one's not really wanting to stay white. Whatever. It's okay. There. All right, that'll do for now. So we can probably use this just to darken this up a bit. All right. All right. Seems to be doing all right. Just need to tidy that up with the pen. All right. Got something going. That's the opposite symbol. Need you. Yeah, I need a reference. Oh. Here, I'll zoom in. Probably gonna lighten up the faceplate. It looks a little too dark for my taste. Let's go with this. Ooh. Need a reference. That should be fine. I'll just highlight it with a white pen. I really hate drawing all of my symbols. It's so annoying. Most pain in the ass symbol I've ever had to draw in my life. Decepticon symbols are easier to draw. That's why I like drawing them better. Here. And it should be good. Just want to. This guy's not going to work for me. All right, good enough. We can tidy it up later. Let's get the gun going. Actually, no, we gotta fix the foot. Forgot. There we go. legs a bit more. Ooh. Get darker the legs. All right, let's go back to the legs. Zoom out. 246. You make it look easy, especially with mixed media. Yeah. Well, I'm using a Strat. Yeah, I think I Strathmore paper. I don't really like it as much because it always eats the paper, but yeah. I saw one at the fucking mall. Like, there's an art store at the mall, but it's like $90 for like one like thing of this one expensive. It's like, what the hell? Who the hell would pay $90 for paper? Hey. Then again, I'm a cheap ass mother effer, so I wouldn't know. What the fuck, man? Yeah, exactly. It was like nine. They could have had it wrong, but yeah, it was like $90 for like a. It was like a expensive paper. Like it was like, what the hell? It was like what? You think I'm some Gucci guy? I need cheap stuff. It's like, and the cheap stuff is trash. So it's just like, fuck. Why can't cheap things be good? Like quality. Yeah, it's just it was ridiculous. Like I was like, what the fuck? $90, 90 Canadian dollars for paper. I don't even know how many pages there were of the paper. Could have been like 25 pages. Like what the hell? You're cutting out real bad. Oh, sorry. Is it my microphone or might just be the internet? Or I'm not too sure. Does it sound good now or? Might just be the internet or something. Or it's me. I just don't know how to fix it because I'm a boomer. Let's see, 250. Probably go for another 30 minutes, honestly. It was the internet. YouTube was rubber banding the stream. So it's on your end, right? Or you have to walk me through this. I'm a boomer. I don't know how this internet shit works. I'm young as hell, but I'm like still a boomer for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Probably just YouTube being dumb. It normally is. Then again, who am I to talk? All right. Most likely my end. Okay. Good loading and bouncing back. I gotcha. That's good to know. because I didn't have this problem before last stream, so I was like, what? Okay. But, all right. Too much. Yeah. All right. Let's try the white on the mask now. So, wrong pen. Oh, gosh. All right. Yeah, zoom in. Ooh, it's a little dark. Yeah. Just gonna brighten the mask up and then I'll probably just like have the blue on him. All right. Let's take on now. Let's see. Yeah, this should be fine. All right. I'll show you the gun. All right. All right. All right. Might keep some white like highlights in. I'll just add some in later. Later. Oh, thanks. It's okay. I kind of like the Megatron I did a while back a little bit more though. I'll show that off. I'll show off my Megatron I drew before the stream ends. So it's pretty cool. It's like he's just on his throne chilling. This statue was originally supposed to go with it. This is kind of supposed to go with that one, but I just got. Basically, I wanted to do this one for a stream a while back, but I didn't have the equipment just yet. So I kind of kept this guy in the bin for a bit until now. So, and I actually had to touch him up. The original, the original is a little bit different than the original. Like originally, you only saw like one leg, like those like kind of like stepping forward, but it just looked awkward to me. Like I like the more A stance for him, with the heroic and stuff. So, yeah, Megatron looks pretty good. I'll show that off. Might show off what else I'll be working on this next weekend. Next weekend stream. Haven't really decided which one I'm going to do yet, so I might just put it on Twitter, poll it. If anyone is interested. Hey, Liquid Nitrogen, you finally made it just in time. We're drawing your boy Prom. And my arch nemesis, the S-Ho. Oh, shit. Too much. That's what I get for calling an S-Ho. All right. True, the position can throw off a bit. Yeah, maybe I'll show the original. I have the original still here, so I can probably show that off. I wasn't really happy with the face on the other one, so yeah, let's add some weathering to the a little bit, not too much, because we got kind of going for more of a cartoon style for the piece here. Thanks, man. Thanks, Liquid. Ooh, too much. Back that up. Yeah, nothing my white pen can't handle. White pens solve everything. Most of the time. Here. All right. All right. We are going. We are getting somewhere. All right, let's get a shadow going here. Very subtle. I'll keep it subtle. Yep. When in doubt, white it out. This whiteout I have, it lasts so freaking long. It lasts a fucking year. I use it all the time. It's still going. So it's pretty awesome. Where did I put it? Where did I put my whiteout pen? Fuck. I dropped it. Oh, well, it's somewhere. Yeah, it's really helpful. Over here. Yeah, we did. All right. Yeah, is this the one? Or there we go. I can see it. This is the one we use. So I'm gonna stock up on more though pretty soon. How have you been doing drawing? Oh, I'm assuming you say how long? Well, I've been drawing since I was well, I guess five or six probably. I haven't really taken it, but I didn't really take it too seriously until more into my high school years because I didn't really, because school gets in the way of things lots of times, so I didn't really have the time for it. But at the end of high school, because high school, for me, high school, I got through high school really, it was the easiest. Grade 12 was the easiest grade for me. Didn't have to do anything because all my other 2 grades, I got everything I needed. So yeah, digital, yeah. But I started painting. Well, it's more recent where I started painting. I was once I got out of school, I started focusing on my art. I was mostly into comic book art, line art and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I've been focusing on a lot. But I wanted to add color to my stuff as well. So I started taking coloring seriously a couple of years ago, 1 year ago. It's more recently where I started getting into watercolors and stuff. So yeah, that's my little origin story. But yeah, just try not to do too much. Shadow. Yeah, digital one tap and the mistake is gone. Yeah, that's a yeah. I like that aspect. It's just the actual color, the actual like drawing. I can't really draw on a tablet. It's just it might just be the one I use because mine I used was really small and I have big meaty hands, so it didn't really translate well. But I mean, it could be useful. I mean, I still use it time to time. I could probably use it for like basic stuff, like or like just like editing stuff, you know, but not for like actual like full on drawing. That was not my thing. I'm old school. Yeah, it's a little much. Lighten it up. Uh, all right, I have to fix that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I use my phone for digital after sketching. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Well, not with my phone, but with my computer. But my sister's fucking crazy with her tablet. She has a tablet, and then she has it's a pen thing, Apple Pen, and she does her. She kind of does like a bit of both, like both digital and physical. So, but she's really good too. You know, she's really good at her stuff. How were you introduced to the Transformers franchise? Oh, probably the worst way imaginable. My start came from the Michael Bay films back in when around it was around the time when the third movie was coming out. Uh, but I quickly realized that it wasn't the true version of Transformers, so I immediately went and so I found myself getting into the G1 stuff, the animated stuff, and I couldn't stop because I mean even though the movies were kind of meh, uh, there was some aspects I did like I I really liked Optimus Prime. Like that character like stuck with me. I was like, oh, it's like all right, the rest of this movie is kind of shit, but that guy's cool. So I want to learn more about him. And I go back and watch the cartoon, and then like, oh shit, this is awesome. It's like, what the hell was Michael Bay thinking? So for so yeah, I wish I had a better origin story for how I got into Transformers, but you start wherever you start. You get into it wherever you get it, whenever. It's like most things. But yeah, that's exactly what I want to get iPad and the pencil. Yeah, I might try it one day. Who knows? Nothing's off the table. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Dang. I'll probably go for another 30 minutes or so. Just get the legs going, and then tidy it up later. Tidy up the face. Let's go with this time. This is better. Yeah. All right. Hollywood has to change everything, but at least Transformers. Well, it kind of went a little bit woke in the fifth one. Not really woke, but I wouldn't say it's woke. It was just very, well, kind of a little bit because there's like the new villain kind of like basically, the villain is basically, well, the female villain in the movie was kind of feministy in a way. Sometimes like she was constantly like, I mean, not not that I have a problem with like female villains or anything, but I mean it's a villain, so but the way they have her in it is just kind of like belittling because it's like there's literally like a part in the very first the first movie or in the first scene where she meets Optimus and she like literally like bitch slaps him. It's like what the fuck. So that's not how you treat our guys. It's like whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't really say it's woke. It's just really dumb. I mean, I guess like if there's any woke scenes, it would be I guess that and the female like the little girl in the trailer. She was so annoying. And there's like a part where she like stands up to Megatron. I'm just like, bitch, Megatron just blast your ass back to wherever the hell your high school is or wherever the fuck you're from. It's like she was just like, and she didn't really contribute anything to the plot. She's just like really just obnoxious. She just had a very mean spirit as well. Yeah, but I mean, those movies are already horrible as it is, so it's like. But I mean, at least the franchise hasn't gone woke to per se. There were some elements in IDW. I think they got a little bit wokey, but not too much. They at least ended IDW on a high note, with more than meets the eye. Office for Bumblebee fight was underwhelming. Yeah, honestly, the only good thing about that movie is probably just hearing Peter Cullen and Frank Welker back as Megatron and Prime. Even though they look nothing like the characters. Well, Prime looks a little bit, but I mean, the Megatron's design in this movie, the fifth movie, was a little bit better than the last ones, but it's like I don't understand why they couldn't just go G1, and I don't understand why they gave Prime this samurai look. He's not supposed to be based on any human. Like it's like he's his own race. Transformers are their own race. Not like they took it too literally. There's like they took Wheeljack in the third movie and literally made him have an Einstein for a head. Like they literally just put a robot Einstein in the movie for Wheeljack. I was just like, what the heck? How do you do the real? It's like look, I know he's a scientist, but he's not. He's not supposed to look like that. It's like I don't understand why they took on more human-looking faces and stuff. It's weird. It's supposed to be their own race, but yeah. Then you had like Drift, who had literally like a samurai like head forehead. Like it wasn't like Drift in the original lore had some samurai esque elements to him, but it was very subtle. You know what I mean? Prime has always looked like a samurai to me. Yeah, I guess in some ways, but they made it a little too on the nose. I found in the, I guess kind of in the mask, I guess in the head area, but I can kind of see where you're coming from there. But they took it way too literally in that movie as well. It's what my main problem was because it's like they're supposed to be their own like race. You know what I mean? But you can't see what I'm doing. It was just weird. I just don't. Those movies just had really just horrible designers. It's like they all look like garbage on top of garbage, and that's Optimus Prime. It's like if you took pop cans and like duct taped them together, and that's your Transformer. Like it's just like they completely like they all look the same. They all. Ooh, it's a little much. Whiteout, save me now. I'll just keep it white. Yeah, I'll fix it later. All right, let's fix up the face a bit more, make it a little bit more pronounced, I suppose. Or zoom in on that mug, and we will touch you up. Bring it down. I love the Bumblebee movie. It was pretty good. Wouldn't say it's like the best movie ever made, but for a Transformers movie, it's really solid. Especially that opening scene. That was perfect. Like, and that trailer, like, really is like, whoa. Like the first trailer they had, like when they revealed Optimus, like I had zero interest in the Bumblebee movie prior to that trailer where they revealed Optimus and Soundwave. I was just like, I don't give a shit. They fucked over Devastator. They fucked over all the characters in the G1 in the Michael Bay films. I don't care about this shit. And it's like, oh shit, this is a reboot. This looks like a reboot to me, and it is. It's a reboot, complete reboot. So, and it has like the thing I liked about it the most is that it had a heart. Like that was the main problem with the Michael Bay films is that they didn't have any heart or soul. You know, it's just like action upon action, no character development, no real story or stakes or anything. It's just action, action, action. Not enough character development or story or anything. But the Creed 2 director is actually supposed to be making the sequel to it, which is going to be the Transformers movie, which I think they said it was going to be 2022, I think, 2021. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That's probably the only movie I'm really interested in. Right? And the King Kong versus Godzilla movie. That looks really cool. Not really the biggest, monster movie fan, but I mean, I like King Kong. I remember watching the 2005 one. I think it was one of the first movies I saw in the theater with my dad, and we went watched the monkey. Like that T-Rex fight was really cool in that movie. We need to do a War for Cybertron. Yeah, well, there's rumors that there's going to be an animated movie about that. There's rumors that there's been rumors about that for a long time since was it? I think it was in between. It was in between the fifth and fourth movie, the production, or it was after the fourth movie, and then I guess there was like a big writers' room, like that was established, and they were trying to build up their own in cinematic universe. So, and one of those things that was mentioned was rumored was was a Cybertron origin film. So now that all kind of changed when Michael Bay came back to do Transformers 5, and then Transformers 5 failed, and then they did Bumblebee. Like Bumblebee was originally supposed to be a sequel to the 2007 movie, but because it failed, it didn't really. Because they had to reshape the universe because it's like, they already killed the original fans with the Michael Bay films, and then and now they killed off the the normie audience that didn't want to go see it because because really the normies and some Transformers G1 fans were the main ones who went to see it, or the Dude Bro crowd and stuff, or there's people who just like the films for some reason. I don't know why, but that's a thing. And there are people out there who will defend Revenge of the Fallen to the death. It's like, motherfucker, it's not that great of a movie. It's like, okay, you do you, buddy. Yeah, they have to do an Optimus Prime movie. Peter Cullen wants to do an Optimus Prime movie. He said so in multiple interviews. He wants to do an Optimus Prime film. But it was really shitty. One of the producers actually said that they couldn't do it, but it's hard to do an Optimus Prime film because he's a lot like Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's aspirational. He always does the right thing. He basically said that you can't, like, not that they can't do it, but it's hard to write a Transformers movie about Optimus Prime solely. And it's just like, yeah. And it's just like, no, if you know the lore, motherfucker, you would know that there's a lot you can do with an Optimus Prime film. Like, there's so much you could do. There's like so many different takes on the backstory and stuff. Like, it's like this character's been around for 40, 30 plus years. It's like you can't tell a origin story about him. It's like he's the face of the franchise, but whatever. But he's gone. Actually, he's gone. Yeah, same producer, Lorenzo or whatever his name is. He also said that he didn't want to do a Unicron in a movie. And it's just like, dude, it's Unicron. He's like, it's not relatable. It's like, it's a villain. It's not supposed to be relatable. It's supposed to be evil and shit. It's like, and Unicron's like the coolest villain in all of movies. I'm just say that right now. Like, if you want steaks, you get a planet that eats planets, basically. Like, you can't get any worse than that. So, but yeah. But Lorenzo's gone. He's no longer part of Paramount, I don't think, or at least the Transformer stuff. So hopefully we can get someone with actual excitement. I don't think he wants to do any Transformers anyways, the Lorenzo guy, because the way he looks, it looks like he just doesn't care anymore about the franchise. He looks like he just wants to move on to other things. So, but yeah, like Peter Cullen wants to do an Optimus Prime movie, and I hope he does get to. I hope they really, because this character really means a lot to a lot of people, including myself. So, and a movie about him and how he came about and stuff would be really cool. They could the Optimus movie where he just becomes a Prime. Yeah, makes mistakes. Yep. Yeah, exactly. And it's like has he not played the Fallen Cybertron games? It's like you play as Optimus Prime and you get. I mean, in that game he should have been Orion Pax the whole time. Like it should have been, but I guess because it's more popular to call him Optimus Prime, they just called him Optimus. But then later on in the game he gets the title of Prime. So. But there's books, there's comics, there's there's been different retellings of the story, so it's like you're not limited to anything other than your own imagination when it comes to making this movie. Yeah, those games are awesome. I'm gonna try and get my Elgato set up because I want to actually do a gaming stream of those games, but I just hope. But main problem is I don't think my yeah, they're out the Lord like Disney. Yeah. But yeah, I want to do some gaming streams one day. I'll stream the old Cybertron games, but problem is that you can't play multiplayer because there's no server because basically Hasbro ended their deal with Activision, the Activision, so they can't really produce any more games and stuff. Just sad. Those games are awesome, but I love to play those games. Yeah, I used to kick so much ass. Like I'm terrible at games, but I used to kick so much ass at that game at Fall Cybertron. I was always dicking on kids and stuff. I was just whooping all ass. I was I always played as the Jet because they could fly and they're fast. It was awesome. And I love the War for Cybertron thing, but only problem is if you play multiplayer in the story mode, you're basically relying on your team not being either throwers, trolling, or just suck. Because basically in the story mode you can play as one of three characters and basically you can play online with other people and stuff like that. And if you get a teammate who is a bit of an asshole, he's probably going to get himself either killed on purpose or he's going to be really trash. And Yeah, Infiltrator. Yeah, I used Infiltrator a lot too. But yeah, like there's been so many games where I played where like one guy was just getting himself killed the entire time, and I was playing the story. It's like, bruh, stop sucking. But yeah, I played a little bit of tank and a little bit of the soldier, but I mostly played the ones that were fast because I like fast characters in games. Yeah. Also love but the escalation is where it's at for both games. They're both great. I was trash at the escalation for War for Cybertron, but I once I carried an entire team by myself with in one of them. Like I think what happened was I was playing escalation and we were close to being done, and my all my teammates were down except for me, and I was on my own doing my thing, and then they all decided just to leave because they're cowards and left me to die. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna win this game. I'm gonna take it all to the end. I'm taking it to the end. You know what I did? I fucking did it. I survived escalation all by myself. It helped too that I was a healer, or I think I was playing Starscream or Shockwave at the time. It was the map where you could play as Soundwave or Stars and Shockwave and all them. But yeah, there's been so many great memories of that game. I remember one time I got like 20 kills and like 0 deaths for like one game. I was like, dang, not too shabby. The story modes are really good for both games as well. Fall of Cybertron, like the best part in the Fall of Cybertron game was getting to play as Grimlock. And that was the coolest thing in the world. Like Grimlock's like probably one of the coolest Transformers ever made. He's a robot, he's a dinosaur, and he's rebellious. It's like you can't get much cooler than that. Yeah, it was a lot of great memories of those games. It's cool too in the story mode. You can actually get Megatron as a gun, as a weapon. That was really cool. Well, only problem is that the gun is fucking weak as hell. I was like, this should be the most powerful gun in the game. It's Megatron, but whatever. Yeah, the Grimlock levels are like the best, and the ones where you play the Combaticons, those are awesome. All right. Mega pea shooter. Yeah, it was very. Yeah, it's kind of a weak gun, but I play as it all the time because it's fun, and it has the original classic like sound effects and stuff from the old cartoon and stuff like. So also like using that gun that where you could it was the gun I can't remember what it was called. I think Viper Corruptor or something like that. Viper Corruptor, but basically you could shoot your enemies and then it would like turn them against and then it would I guess it would mess with their brain or whatever and it made them like attack your enemies. Like if you shot one Autobot, he would just like go back and like shoot his own teammates. So it was like hilarious. This is like I did that to like a bunch of like the big boys and stuff. It was hilarious. You see like a big guy just like destroying a bunch of like little guys. He's like, my buddy's killing me. I also like playing as Jazz and Swindle because they had the grapple ability. That was really cool. Like they could like grapple up to places and stuff. But yeah, in War for Cybertron, I usually what I play most. In the secret level where you got to play Starscream and them, I always played Skywarp because he could go invisible and he could do the whirlwind ability, which I liked. So I always played Skywarp when I played as the Jets. But Starscream's a lot of fun too. Just love Starscream. He's a great character. probably one of the best characters in all of Transformers. I just love in the old War for Cybertron games where you can like smack the shit out of your teammates, like in the story mode. It's like hilarious. It's just like, and then not just that, like the character will actually like tell you to shut up or stop hitting you or stop hitting them. It's like he's like smack the shit out of your teammate if he's like doing terribly or something. I don't know. Something about that is just like really funny to me. And just the way it's just like so loud and you have them like bitching and like stop doing that, motherfucker. This is like it's funny. I'm easily amused. All right, let's tidy up this arm. I think we'll just tidy up the figure and then we'll call it a night because I'll touch it up later tonight. Just want to get going. So we'll finish my inks and then we'll call it a wrap. And I'll show off my Megatron because I keep my promises. Yeah, slapstick comedy. That's hilarious. It's just like smacking the crap out of your teammate for no reason. It's just like well, that's one time. I think it was in the. I remember that mission where you had to defend Ratchet. Well, yeah, that was a really good. I love that one where you get to play as Ironhide, Warpath, and Prime and defend Ratchet. That was an awesome level. You get to use like all those like big machine guns. That was cool. I remember this one. It was an Escalation. I remember you could in the it was the Oblivion map where you got to play as Megatron on them, and there's like an area where you can activate like a big like there's like a big like furnace that you can activate and you can use that to kill your enemies, but you can also use it to kill your teammates as well. So I'd always like try to trap my own teammates in there just to fuck with them. It's hilarious. I always end up getting them killed for no reason. Great stuff. Good memories, man. I also kind of like Rise of the Dark Spark as well. I mean, not really so much the campaign, but the Escalation was really cool because they brought back some of the older maps from War for Cybertron and whatnot. And you got to play as more characters and stuff. The story mode was trash in that game. I couldn't like it. The storyline was just dumb. It was just a dumb story, but because they tried to connect. I don't know what they were doing. They're like trying to connect both the movies or something. I don't know. Well, they kind of introduced the idea of a multiverse in Transformers, but it was a weird story. I didn't really care for it, but the Escalation mode was pretty good. So it was pretty fun. All right, I'll get a thicker pen. But yeah, those games, I just had a lot of fun with those games. Good times. The idea for Darkspark was an interesting concept, but they should have done their own thing instead of copying and pasting assets from Fall. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it was cool to see like Fall Cybertron, War for Cybertron, like maps and characters back and stuff, but yeah. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get any of the fembots back for the Fall Cybertron game. Not to sound like a feminist or anything, but it's like, but in the last game you could play as RC and Slipstream, and now they were not playable. So, but I kind of understand why because of the gameplay mechanics. But I would have loved to play like a Chromia or Lita One or Windblade or something like that. That'd be cool. I always play as the Dinobots too when I was playing. Dinobots and Shockwave are like my mains for those games. But I always try to make my own because you can make custom like characters and stuff. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of multiverses either. It's just like it just seems like a cop out. That's why I'm kind of like just not interested in Marvel or DC because that's kind of the direction they're going in. They just want to make everything a multiverse because whatever. Oop, I hit my camera or phone. I mean, Elseworld stories are one thing, but like completely but like when you constantly rely on the multiverse to tell your story, it's just like it just shows that you don't have a really solid story foundation yourself. You know, I mean, Elseworlds can be fun. Like, Fembots are sexy and can't have that. Yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of characters that I wanted in the games too. I think Prowl was supposed to be in the game and Springer and all them, but they didn't make the cut. I love Prowl. Prowl's a cool character. I always got the police car. So, kind of disappointed he wasn't in the game, but. And the Constructicons. I want to see Devastator in those games. I wish they were in the game. They're a classic part of the G1. Like, they're a part of the first season of G1. They should have been in the game. But, what can you do? Yeah. But yeah, the Combaticons were awesome. That level was awesome. The whole like Combaticons, was really cool. So I got to play as Vortex, Swindle, and then Bruticus. So that was really cool. Kind of wish you could play as more of the Combaticons in that level, but what can you do? It was still pretty cool. Although my favorite combiner team would have to be the Stunicons. I always thought they were the coolest. They had really interesting personalities too. Like they're always like kind of like this smart ass Decepticon group who are like. There's an episode. It was the Starscream's Brigade where he creates the Combaticons in the G1 cartoon, and there's a part where Megatron, like, because Starscream's kind of trying to take over as leader over Megatron. He uses Combaticons to do that, and so Megatron, and he's almost got, and Megatron's like asking for reinforcements from the Stunticons and stuff, and then the Stunticons are like, "Go fuck yourself," basically. Like they're basically just telling him to go fuck himself because they're like at a monster truck rally or something, or no, they're at a demolition derby. It was a demolition derby they're at. There's like, yeah, go fuck yourself, Megatron. We're doing our thing. It's like really cool. I like characters like that, or just like don't give a fuck. That's funny. But yeah, I recently actually watched the Prime Wars trilogy from Machinima. Actually, not exactly the best of series, especially season 1 and 2. Season 3 is not too bad from that show, but it kind of just like the first 2 seasons are very like slow. They're not really the best made, but the thing that stood out to me the most in that series was a Megatron story in that because it's a really interesting story the way they handle the like because basically the storyline takes place like years and years after the Great War and stuff, and Megatron and Prime are kind of in exile. They're kind of at peace with one another, not really best buds, but they're kind of like they kind of like walked away from the war essentially, and so until now when in the present day, Starscream is, because basically Starscream, Rodimus, and this other character I can't remember her name. They basically become the main like leaders of Cybertron at that point, and Starscream obviously grows power hungry and whatnot. He's like using a I can't remember the device's name. It's been a while since I it's like a Enigma combination or something. He's using that to screw with the combiners and stuff. But in that storyline, like Megatron has a really interesting story where he's like kind of found peace with himself in a way, like not to the point where he's like like a saint or anything. But it was an interesting story, and he had the best storyline in that entire series, honestly. He had a real like his ending in that series was actually pretty well done, considering the rest of the show was kind of meh. But that part was like, I don't really want to spoil it. I mean, I kind of did already on my channel. If you watch, there's a video on my channel that I uploaded where I kind of show the ending of that series, but like if you're gonna watch, like, I wouldn't really recommend the whole series, but if you're to watch one, if you're to watch it for one reason, it would be just for the Megatron story because it's pretty well handled. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, Liquid. I'll see you around, I'm sure. Have a good day, man. I will continue to make great work as best I can. Or I need a drink. All right. Throat's clear now. All right. But yeah, that series was pretty cool. Like, not cool, but it was pretty good. Like Megatron storyline in that because he basically throughout the entire because he has to basically lead the team like in the series because the Fallen comes back, and not the movie Fallen, but the kind of I guess the Dreamwave. The original primes and stuff are kind of confusing because they kind of change it up every now and then how they work and stuff. But basically, the Fallen wants to bring back one of the other primes, and in doing so, it threatens all life and all Cybertronian lives, basically. And so Megatron, and at the very end of Talola 1, thank you. But at the end of season 2, Optimus quote unquote dies, and he basically Megatron has to lead the group, and throughout the entire season 3, like they're all like distrusting Megatron. They're all saying like, "Oh, he's gonna betray us" or something. And you do get the sense that Megatron has a plan up his sleeve, like maybe he might have one, but you find out really that's not the case at all. Like he's just genuinely trying to save Cybertron and stuff like that. So I thought that was really interesting. And like so they're all like kind of like rallying against him sometimes, like, but by the end of it, but then Megatron does something kind of heroic, and everyone is like, wait, say, I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty well done. I will say that. It's a pretty well written redemption arc if it was in a better show, per se. Yeah. But anyways, it's 3:39, so I should probably wrap this up pretty quickly. So I'll finish this foot, and then we'll call it a wrap. Look at this thing. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the Megatron story. I'll just say that because, I mean, not that it was horrible, but I didn't really like certain aspects. Like I didn't like how they handled the combiners. Like basically in the Prime Wars trilogy, they basically made it so the combiners didn't, like when they were like separate bots, they didn't have their individual personalities. They were just kind of like drones, and then it's only when they merge together where you have the main personality. So I didn't really like that at all. But yeah, I think it's gonna wrap it up today. I'll obviously go back and later tonight I'll touch up the trees and stuff. But I think we can actually let's let's peel the tape off. Let's peel the tape off. I'm pretty much done painting, so we can zoom out. I can't zoom out much, but we're going to be peeling the tape off and calling it a night. Okay, I'll do it this way. Trying to show you guys without. All right, let's just be careful because last time I almost ate the paper. Oh, yeah. Some of the paint seeped in to my border, but we can fix that later. There we go. There. There. There we go. All right, we got it. Don't break or rip. Don't shit in my way. There we go. There we go. Most satisfying thing about this, peeling the tape. Ooh, let's go this way. Get off. Get off. The fucker. All right. All right, we're good. All right, I hope you can see. All right, we're pretty much done. Now we just have the little ones here. All right, there we go. There he is. There he is. There's our boy. Gotta touch up the head a little bit, add some white around the head, but that should do it for today's stream. And as promised, I will show you my Megatron. All right. Here's the superior character. There he is. He's got the Matrix, got his little throne, kind of in the shape of a Decepticon symbol. So, yeah, there's Megatron. All right. And yeah, it will. I'm sure it will. And I'll show off here. I'll get the original just to show you what I meant earlier about Prime. So here's the original version. Now it's a lot thicker than the new version I did because I took the basis of it, but then I kind of shrunk it down a little bit. So yeah, you can see like the leg just wasn't looking. I mean, doesn't look too bad, but I don't know. It just didn't really make him pop, you know. That's cool. All right, but yeah, before and after. Obviously, I'm going to touch it up a bit in the face. You know, the trees need to be a little better inked, like just the outline of it, and then going with pencil crayon, probably to touch up the mountains a bit. But yeah, that should do it for today. Perception angles looks off. Oh, for which one? For the first one or the second one? Oh, okay. I can probably see that, yeah. I'm still. Oh, the original, yeah. I see, yeah. Yeah, because I couldn't really. Like, the leg just was. Like, the back leg is going to be like a. It would have been like a little awkward looking, too. But, yeah. But much better. I like the A stance here. Makes him look like a champion. But I guess that's going to do it for today. All right. All right. It's blocking my. Here, you know what? I'll give you something better to look at to close this out. Here we go. All right, let's close it out on a high note. Here's my boy. Well, thanks for stopping by, Boset and whoever else is still here. Yeah. I guess actually, not. I guess. So, yeah, I'll see you later, whenever. I'll be back on Sunday, same time tomorrow, or same time as today, next week. So, I'll see you then. Take care.